Howdy y'all, welcome back to another game with Britterbug Gaming, and this is, as you see, wow, my mind just went blank there. Okay, 60 seconds. So I'm going to get us a new game started because the last time that we played, we actually died, so it's time to make us a new one. Let's set it to little boy, family members 4, let's see, 2 to 4, food supply, water supply. So we've got a little bit easier of a chance on this one, so let's go ahead and go to little boy. What's this one? Oh, we don't want that. Okay, so little boy, here we go. Alright, and I don't know if you guys have checked out the other 60-second videos, but if you have, you know, they are pretty good in my opinion. Day 1. Well, everyone's down here. We got a lot of water and soup. Looks like we're pretty set up. All of us made it into the shelter just a second before the blast. That was a close one. As long as we're all together, we can make it work down here. We remember hearing canned soup is healthy for you. Our shelves are full of cans. We'll eat from cans, we'll sleep on cans, we'll even talk to cans. Some of us already do. Plenty of water means we don't have to worry about that for some time. This is the best stock shelter we've ever seen. We've never seen another one, but we're sure this is a good amount of supplies. Oh yeah, because it's better than any time I get y'all supplies. Anytime I do, I don't happen to grab enough. And then I leave them in such a bad condition that they never make it. I think they actually ran from the shelter last time. Ran as far away as they could, but that was a positive thing. I hope. I keep telling myself it was. Alright, so far we don't need anything. The first few days you shouldn't need anything at all. Okay, so we're on day 2 already. I'm wondering what that sound is. Is that the radioactivity outside? Okay, being stuck in a tiny shelter would make anyone a bit apathetic. We need to stay calm and await the rescue. Surely they're coming for us, right? Mary Jane didn't cause any trouble today, and there's no trouble dared to cross her path. Timmy might not look like it, but he's a strong young boy. He's doing just fine. Today was relatively calm for Dolores. There isn't much going on with Ted. No. Trouble, nothing new. Alright. So all of them are still good. We do need to get the backpack ready. Next week we'll have to feed them because we're going to send, I guess, Timmy out first. Or should we send out... I think we'll send out Mary Jane since we've got a gas mask this time. I guess in survival mode they just automatically put you down with materials and hope that you can survive with them. I'm not quite sure about the lock and key though. So that one's a new one there. We wish we could just leave. Sitting down here with barely anything to do is driving us crazy. You've got cards and a chessboard. Or checkerboard, sorry. I didn't even have that in some of our games, and y'all weren't even this complaining. Okay, so day 3. We can take care of ourselves. Mary Jane is very thirsty and has to drink something. Some water for Timmy would be nice. Dolores can't remain this thirsty for long. If Ted doesn't drink anything, he won't last long. Okay, so that means they can last just a little bit longer, but not much longer without water. So let's give them one more day, and then we'll send them... Oh, whoa. Except for Timmy. No, Mary Jane. We're going to have to send her out with food and water. Okay, and then we'll go to this page. Send Mary Jane out. We're going to send her with a gas mask. So that way, hopefully, she won't get sick. Alright. So, We are on day 4. It says, Mary Jane went outside. Let's hope she hurries back soon. She took 1 gas mask. Timmy's in terrible shape. We need to give him water now. Dolores will not survive without water any longer. Ted looks like he's got 1 foot in the grave. He needs to get a drink right now. Alright, so everyone gets water on day 4. A few more hours of coughing and we'll get used to it. Our ventilation fans have halted and no fresh air seems to be circulating through the shelter. We have to fix it before we suffocate like rats trapped by a professional and a very cruel rat catcher. Alright, so no fresh air seems to be circulating through the shelter. Okay, so maybe we should use some... Okay, yeah, we're gonna use some poison, see if that works. Well, hopefully it did, because we're out of poison now. Okay, so we decided to spray the hell out of that vent, just to be on the safe side. Turned out it was the right thing to do. A couple of mutated insects fell out, followed by a gust of fresh air. Took away 1 poison. Nothing new to report on Timmy. Today's been fine for Dolores thus far. There's nothing going on with Ted, nothing new anyway. Okay, so we're already on day 5 and they haven't yet asked for food, so maybe we can go another day. We've been busy since we got to the shelter, but there's still much to be done, like trimming that shrubbery in our yard. That's definitely something we want to do when we get out of here. We can make it work, even in Toronto. Question is, how do we find a boat to get there? We heard that that's the best way to Europe. Nothing new to report on Timmy. Dolores is doing quite well, or she just can't find anything to complain about today. Ted says there's no need to worry about him. He's okay. So, they're still not asking for food, and it's already day 6. I'm starting to get worried about these guys. Okay. Spiders seem to be operating under the assumption that they have all the same routes to the shelter as we do. They're everywhere and don't seem very scared of us. It's time we change that. We don't want any more spiders in our soup. No, sir. Well, I guess we'll have to go for the Boy Scout manual. Let's just hope it comes back in one piece. It does. Okay, thank goodness. Okay. So, it says, a good book is the solution to any problem you encounter. This includes marauding spiders. A few precise hits and suddenly every spider is aware of what the word decimation means. We also found a misplaced soup can while hunting those pesky spiders. That was one bountiful hunt. Timmy prefers apple juice, but right now we should get him some water. Dolores has not eaten for a while. Dolores has to drink sometimes. Ted's stomach is rumbling. All Ted wishes for are a few drops of water. Okay, so now is when they start asking for the food. And they just started asking for the water too. So everybody's getting fed and something to drink next week. Next day. Okay, so day 8 will be the day they get fed and water. Okay. There's never a good time to go out in the radioactive wasteland, but it seems this will be a necessity in this new world of ours. We thought it would be a good idea to make this happen sooner rather than later, and planned a trip outside. Before we could make the 3rd step beyond the shelter doors, an unknown creature started growling at us in the darkness. We had only moments to decide what to do. Okay, I want to turn a flashlight on it, because if I'm correct, I think this is a dog. And dogs are good. Yes, I was correct. Alright, it says we decided to check what's coming for us with our flashlight. Guess what? It was the dog. The poor thing seems tired, so we let it stay with us for the night. The next morning we opened the door to let it out. It still hasn't returned. Hopefully it will come back later. Timmy should eat something. Timmy's in terrible shape. We need to give him water. Now. Dolores would really love to eat something. And Dolores will not survive without water any longer. Ted is hungry, and Ted looks like he's got 1 foot in the grave. He needs to get a drink right now. That sounds more like an alcoholic problem, not an actual food and water problem. Okay, we can keep sitting on our backsides here in this tiny little bunker, or we can start thinking about getting away as far as possible from this radioactive wasteland. Who would have thought the Reds would ruin such a lovely neighborhood? We could do it on our own, the escaping part, not the ruining part, of course. However, there might be someone out there who can help us. Let's keep our eyes and our ears open. All right. Oh, poor Mary Jane. She just looks so roughed up. We know that the government has not fallen, and they're coming to save us. They didn't give us exact dates in their radio transmission, but we're sure they won't keep us waiting long. They said they will be in touch in a couple of days and told us to await further instructions. Nothing made us happier than the sight of Mary Jane returning to the shelter from the surface. We spotted an untouched store with many products inside, even food different than tomato soup, a real treat in these post-apocalyptic times. When we were about to reach it, a terrible noise made us stop in our tracks. Something heavy fell straight from the sky, crashing into the store and destroying it completely. After dust settled, we realized we were looking at a spaceship, just like in Timmy's comics. Could it be saucer men from Mars? Why does it bear an American flag on the side and the logo of something called Astro Citizen? Could it be infiltration? Crafty little alien buggers? Under a bunch of metal space junk, we found a tired old teddy bear and some supplies. The bear looked disappointed. We ended up turning him around. We could not handle his judgmental button eyes. Plus 2 soup. Someone stuffed a bunch of items into a big sock. Not sure how the sock made it through the crash, but it somehow succeeded at protecting the supplies inside. Plus 1 soup. Okay, so she found quite a bit of things while she was out. It says we were tempted to take a bunch of jewelry that was rolling around the debris. But what would we do with it? Instead, we adopted some things that survived, thanks to being stuck in an empty space helmet. Mary Jane is starving. We better give her some food today, or else Mary Jane is tired. Okay, so Mary Jane's hungry, obviously, and probably thirsty as well. Let's see. Alright, and you will be fed next time that they get fed, so that way everybody's back on the normal day. Okay, and if I'm correct, since they all had to eat and drink on day 8, the water will be needed back at 12, but the next time we need food will be at 16. Seems that that's how it's working out, is every 8 and every 4. So that should work out to our benefit. Okay. So we didn't expect to get a phone call so soon after the atomic bomb drop, yet here we are. We can clearly hear a phone ringing outside. It must be the public phone booth on the other side of the street. Should someone go answer it? We'll send Timmy. Go, crazy Timmy. You're not crazy yet, but I know you will be soon. Okay, let's see, what did Timmy find out? It says, when we answered the phone, we could clearly hear a gasp of relief from the caller. They introduced themselves as survivors from a nearby town of Hill Valley. We had started exchanging information when the call was cut short. Something must have gone wrong on their side. We hope that they will get back to us. We were so afraid for Timmy, but he came back from the wasteland and is safe with us now. Mary Jane's diet could use a little food. Timmy is good, well, at least he was 5 minutes ago. Today it was relatively calm for Dolores. Ted says there's no need to worry about him, he's okay. Alright, so they're still fine, all but her. She should last at least another day. I'm hoping she can last till day 12, but we're not 100% sure on that. So, we'll just go ahead and say that everything is okay. Yes, we'll make Timmy go out next week. We stumbled upon the remains of a bandit shantytown. Someone or something tore it down. Incidentally, amidst the rubble, we found a cat, licking its paws nonchalantly, surrounded by blood and dismembered limbs. As we made our way back to the shelter, the cat followed. We can now hear its paws impatiently scratching our hatch. Should we let it inside? No. So I like the idea of the dog, but the cat I have had bad news with before, so I don't want to see that happen again. And most definitely not for the viewers, because my goodness, you guys would be cracking up me being slaughtered by cats, but you know, just saying, it's terrible. So we don't need any more mouths to feed. Also, cats can't be trusted, especially in these troubled times. We ignored the scratching and everything was quiet last night. We guessed the creature went away. Mary Jane is quite hungry. Nothing new to report on Timmy. Dolores can't remain this thirsty for long. Okay, so we've got Mary Jane being quite hungry. Nothing to report on Timmy, even though I need to feed him and everything before he goes out. And Dolores can't remain this thirsty for long. Alright, so I'm hoping that we can last one more day. I know Timmy has to be fed and given drink because he's about to go out to the wasteland. So he won't be here for the food and water day. So, I don't want to send you out with bullets. So what do we want to send you with? Send you with a gas mask, just to be on the safe side. It worked for Mary Jane, it should work for you. Day 12. So far, everything is going well. Mary Jane is quite hungry. Water is what Mary Jane needs most right now. Timmy went out to the wasteland. We don't know what we'll do if he doesn't come back. Dolores will not survive without water any longer. Ted looks like he's got one foot in the grave and needs a drink right now. Okay, so water time for everyone. And did it say something about food? See, Dolores not starving. Let's see. Mary Jane is quite hungry, but she's not starving just yet. So barking at our doorstep could not only mean one thing. Our dog friend is back. Not caring for hazards of the wasteland, we rushed to open it, and there he was. The poor thing seems tired and starving. Should we share some of our food with him? Sure, why not? We'll give the dog one thing of food. We're not going to constantly feed him. Alright. So it says, the dog was back to his former self in under an hour. We don't know what they put in that soup, but man, that stuff is good. We decided the dog needed a name, and right name for him was Pancake. Come here, Pancake. Who's a good boy? Pancake stayed around for a while, but was gone the next morning. We can bet he'll be back. -1 soup. Mary Jane's diet could use a little food. I don't know if he's just going to keep coming and eating our food. I don't know. Dolores is not eating for a while. Ted is hungry. Alright, so I understand you haven't eaten for a while, but usually y'all can wait for about 8 days. So we're going to give you food on day 18 if we can. So wish luck on your stomach holding out till then. Alright. But no one was thirsty, correct? Mary Jane's diet could use a little food. Dolores has not eaten for a while. Ted is hungry. Dolores, you and Ted and all of them have eaten at the same time. Y'all are going to be just fine. You hear me? Alright. So, good news for everyone. The government just announced they will be dropping crates filled with supplies in our area. Finally, they are useful for something. We should head out to get those crates as soon as possible. Grabbing some protection gear might not be a bad idea, but we don't have the helmet right now. Timmy has the helmet because he's outside. It was too dangerous to go out there without any protection, so we decided to stay indoors and listen to the radio. The static is so relaxing. Mary Jane's diet could use a little food. Dolores would really love to eat something. Ted's stomach is rumbling. So is mine, but I'm not worried about it. Alright, so I'm just going to do this at day 14 because, I don't know, I feel like it. No, I'm not going to give them water. So their next day for water, though, should be day 16. So it's about 2 that time. I really don't want to give them food yet just to see how long they can last, if they can actually last the whole 8 days. Okay, it says, when we opened the bunker door this morning to let some fresh radioactive air, we discovered a small suitcase on our doorstep. There was no note on it, and the neighborhood seemed empty. Should we take a look inside? No. If the neighborhood seems empty, it's probably something that could hurt us. Let's not. Sure is quiet. There's something wrong with that. Okay, it says, we have no idea who left this, and nowadays you can't trust anybody. We're not risking our lives for some supplies. They could be poisoned. We threw the gift away and quickly forgot about it. Mary Jane is starving. We better give her some food today, or else. Mary Jane is very thirsty and has to drink something. Dolores has not eaten for a while. Dolores can't remain in this thirsty for long. My goodness, these guys just... There's something else. I'm worried about them. How much longer till Timmy will be back? Because we have plenty of distant relatives, but none of them mean as much to us as Auntie Ada. She lives in the country, so there's a good chance she's still configuring her counting machine and not worrying about nukes raining down on her hen house. Too bad we don't have a photo of her, or do we? We put some photos into books a while ago, after the giant coffee spill incident. Okay, I don't know why we need the Boy Scout manual for that, though. Hey, look, Timmy's back. We did it. The photo we were looking for was stuck between the pages of the Scout Handbook. What a lucky coincidence. It's a bit blurry, but it's still a wonderful surprise. We were so afraid for Timmy, but he came back from the wasteland and is safe with us now. Who are you going to call when the world's on fire? The fire department. We were thrilled to find the place still running. Firefighters redecorated the place and redid their outfits. Most of the walls were messily painted in black and red, and firemen helmets now have a grim skull symbol on them. We never thought our local firefighters had such an artistic souls. So alternative. Near the garage, we found a few firefighters shooting off some giant mutated cockroaches with a fire hose. These guys sound like they have a lot of fun. I don't know about you guys, but at least they're finding ways to entertain themselves. Okay, we joined in on the fun and managed to fill some bottles with water in the process. We got 3 bottled waters from that. Although initially friendly, the firefighters became a bit anxious after a while. They handed us a can of bug spray and asked us not to tell anyone about what we saw here. We're not sure why. Maybe they're too humble and don't want people to come and shower them with gifts. Mary Jane is starving. We better give her some food today or else. Timmy is very hungry. Timmy is really tired. Dolores has not eaten for a while. Dolores will not survive without water any longer. Ted's stomach is rumbling. Okay, so we've got to give Mary Jane food. We don't obviously have a chance at surviving without it. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to feed her once on day 16 and once on day 18 because I don't know that she will survive if I don't feed her today. But at least we do know that everybody will get their water today. And we know very little about what's going on outside. It'd be a good idea to find out more, maybe discover if anyone else made it to safety. A radio could help with this. Well, we've got one. Alright, now day 17. We were able to get a weak signal and tap into government's emergency announcement service. And guess what? Great news. The fallout outside has mostly gone. It should be much safer to travel on the surface now. Okay, so now instead of us sending out somebody with like a mask, we can send them out with something like, say, a suitcase so they can grab more. Says we were... Okay, so Mary Jane's diet could use a little food. Mary Jane has rested. Timmy's diet needs food. It's today or never. Dolores has barely any strength left. If she doesn't eat tonight, she will not last till morning. Ted looks very weak. If he doesn't eat today, he might end really badly. Okay, so now is when we have to give him all food. So there we go. I'm going to send out Dolores with the suitcase. Where's the suitcase at? Come on. Wait, did we not have a suitcase? No! Okay, we'll give her the math then, so she knows her way to get back. Hopefully she will come back. But we don't ever know. Alright, so... let's see what happened. Mary Jane is quite hungry. Timmy is very hungry. Dolores is on her way to the surface. Let's hope she'll make it back safe and sound. Ted's stomach is rumbling. Okay, so all of y'all are still hungry. So I'm going to give everyone food and just hope that y'all get feeling better. Okay, a sleazy-looking trader carrying an equally scruffy bag on his shoulder paid us a visit. He offered us a simple one-time deal. For just one can of soup, we get the bag and all of its contents. We can't see what's inside, and the trader gives us angry glances every time we take a step towards the mysterious bag. Should we make a deal? I don't know if I'd trust it either, because there's a good chance you could get an empty bag and nothing inside of it. So let's not just say we did. We get enough from sending our people out, so maybe if we're lucky, our girl will be back. What is that? Family photo. Oh, is that one that we found? Okay. Our grandparents always told us to never buy anything sight unseen, and we're not about to start now. Gone are the times of yard sales. We can manage without whatever junk is in that mysterious bag. Alright, so Mary Jane is quite hungry. Mary Jane is very thirsty and has to drink something. You can hold off one more day. Timmy should eat something. Timmy has been talking about nothing other than water. He should drink something. Ted's stomach is rumbling. Ted should drink something soon. Alright, so we're going to hold off one more day and then give them. It says, we received a mysterious note today, politely requesting that we share some supplies with other survivors. We have no idea who it might be from, but whoever wrote this also included a few words of encouragement, saying that we will be in some way rewarded for our generosity. Should we do it? Maybe it won't hurt to give them one. We're on day 20. Let's see what happened. Everyone looks okay. The authors of the note turned out to be twin siblings, a brother and sister. They greeted us happily and took us to a small tent where they started handing out supplies we brought to a small group of hungry survivors. Between them were people of all ages, including children, the elderly, and even a mime. The siblings shook her hands and proclaimed, "This is the beginning of a new friendship." They promised to contact us again soon. Mary Jane keeps fainting. We really need to find something for her to drink fast. Timmy should eat something. Timmy is in terrible shape. We need to give him water now. Ted is hungry. Ted looks like he's got one foot in the grave. Okay, so all I'm hearing is thirsty. When we heard barking, we were at the door at a moment's notice. This time we were right. It was Pancake. He had come back, but wasn't willing to enter. Instead, he seemed very anxious to lead us somewhere. Should we grab any gear before we head out? Alright, so what happened? The old saying goes, better safe than sorry. The rifle seemed to be the right choice of gear for venturing out into the unknown. We didn't expect to run into trigger-happy folk who started shooting before asking questions. Gunshots were enough to send Pancake running. We got back safely, but he didn't show up. Mary Jane is quite hungry, Timmy is very hungry, and Ted is hungry. Okay, so we're all hungry. But do we really eat right now? I mean, we did eat at what day? I don't remember. But I think the way you are talking is we can last one more day. It's tough surviving in these conditions. Let's hope this will be over soon, or else we might end up dead in some wasteland ditch. That's not something we are looking forward to. Alright, sorry, I had to take me a drink of something. It's hard not to worry considering our current situation. Some days we're still struggling to deal with this shelter life, but we can't lose hope. Mary Jane's diet could use a little food. Timmy is very hungry. Ted is hungry. How can you be so hungry, little man? You're, tiny. I'm wondering when the mother's going to be back. We're going to try to stick it out one. Let's see, I don't know. I think it was. When did we eat last? We drank again at 18, or was it 16? Mary Jane was injured on her last expedition. She didn't mention it to us, and we didn't notice it was a problem until just now. It seems her injury got infected and she's in bad shape. We must help her. Oh, the mother looks like she's not in too great of shape. It says, a length of bandage, some pills, a little of this and that, and we're able to patch Mary Jane in no time. We use most of our med kit in the process, but the important thing is she's going to get better. We were glad to see Dolores came back from the wasteland. The nearby docks housed some fancy-looking boats. One of them managed to survive the tidal wave caused by the atomic blast. Well, kinda. It landed on our neighbor's house. It looked worth checking out. We found a few soup cans in the yacht's cargo hold. It seems rich people like soup too. Soup is great. We love soup. Soup. +1, soup. Mary Jane's diet could use a little food. Everyone has to drink sometimes, including Mary Jane. Is there any water left? Timmy is very hungry. How about getting Timmy something to drink? He's not looking well. Dolores has not eaten for a while. Dolores is really tired. Ted's stomach is rumbling, and all Ted wishes for are a few drops of water. So one more day of waterless and foodless, and then we'll fix them up. Oh dear, we just remembered we planned on taking a trip south in 2 months. If it's still there, we're going, right? We're pretty sure they don't bomb warm places. I don't know. Never been during an atomic bomb, so I wouldn't know. Our relocation is probably something we'll be able to discuss after we get out of here. Mary Jane's diet could use a little food. Mary Jane keeps fainting. We really need to find her something to drink fast. Timmy is very hungry. Timmy's in terrible shape. We need to give him water now. Dolores has barely any strength left. If she doesn't eat tonight, she will not last long. Till morning. Okay, Ted's stomach is rumbling. Ted looks like he's got one foot in the grave and needs a drink right now. Okay, so let's go ahead and give them food and water. Everyone gets it, and who goes outside? Mary Jane, you seem like you're in the best shape. We will send you out with the map. Come back with lots of supplies. Thank you. Alright, so we are already to day 25. And we are doing actually quite well. Though Ted's looking pretty rough. Just saying. Mary Jane went outside. Let's hope she hurries back soon. She took one map with her. Timmy should eat something. Dolores would really love to eat something. Dolores is pretty fatigued. Ted's stomach is rumbling. Ted's pretty fatigued. Alright, that trash can of ours is getting disgusting. The good news is we don't have much of an appetite when we see it, so we're saving some food, yet for some reason we would like to tidy this mess up. Those giant green cockroaches are a pretty good motivator. Yeah, giant green cockroaches, let's take care of that. We've had that issue before, and we don't want that to continue. Okay, so we dodged a bullet this time. That is, if a bullet was huge, hairy, and 8 legs and glowing head. Hopefully, we won't have to deal with them again. Timmy is very hungry. Dolores would really love to eat something. Ted's stomach is rumbling. I'm sorry, guys, not today. We stumbled upon a weird signal when we changed radio frequencies. We're pretty sure that behind layers of terrible static and screams we could hear a voice speaking in a foreign language. Oh dear, what if it's the Soviets? We should probably listen to it, but what about the children? Listen to it, maybe? Day 27. Thirsty, hungry, tired, and fatigued. Thirsty, hungry, and fatigued. Thirsty, hungry, and tired. Alright. So we were relieved at first when we figured out it wasn't the Soviets we heard. Turned out it was Canadians, which isn't that much better. Either way, they're foreigners and we couldn't understand what they were saying. Not a word. How disappointing. Timmy is very hungry. Timmy prefers apple juice, but right now we should get him some water. Dolores has not eaten for a while. Water is all Dolores wants. Ted's stomach is rumbling. Ted is really thirsty. One more day, guys, if y'all can last. One more day, we'll be happy. What was that? Did the radio static just stop for a moment? Let's try tuning in on that signal. What happens? What's gonna happen? Oh, we've got Mary Jane back. Nothing, nothing, and nothing. We could hear nothing but the annoying static. Better luck next time. Nothing made us happier than the sight of Mary Jane returning to the shelter from the surface. One of the buildings to withstand the blast turned out to be our local bus station. If any passengers survived, they have long since abandoned the buses, leaving behind hordes of personal belongings, backpacks, bags, sacks, and one guy. Oh, goodness. Sneezes. Never like those in the middle of speaking. Okay. Backpacks, bags, sacks, and one guy even left the cupboard. It was difficult to resist looking into it. Guess what? There was another smaller cupboard inside. Our local athletics team was preparing to depart for a championship, taking place somewhere in the boondocks. Their bus was full of refreshing water and spare shoes. Unfortunately, none of them were a match for us, so we just took all our water bottles. +2. Mary Jane is quite hungry. Mary Jane is pretty fatigued. Mary Jane is really tired. It seems like everyone is, so I feel you. Okay, Timmy is very hungry. Timmy is in terrible shape. We need to give him water now. Okay, so now or later now? Okay, we'll go with now. Ted is hungry. Ted looks like he's got one foot. Okay, it's time for water for everyone. And we'll go ahead and give everyone food too. So that way we can just go ahead and start back over with our number count. Because obviously we got somewhere off and we don't even know where it was. Okay. And it's sad. I'm not going to go for a trip this time. We're going to let them all rest. We were able to receive another message from the government. The military is preparing a rescue mission. They want all survivors to head to a specific location in the area, then leave a sign that someone is still alive and kicking nearby. The problem is they provided us with geographical coordinates, but we need a map to find out where we're supposed to be headed. Otherwise, just complete gobbledygook. This sounds like something they'd say in the Jolly or the Big Friendly Giant, something like that. BFG. Okay, yeah, that was a good movie. Okay, so we got it back, so we'll use it. There's a knock at the door. I wonder who it is. A quick glance at the map gave us all the information we required. We left the message in a bottle. Mary Jane's diet could use a little food. Timmy should eat something. Timmy is rested. Dolores would really love to eat something. Ted is hungry. Everyone would love to eat something. So, time to ration supplies. Go on. We started continuing, and we will send Timmy next week. The twin siblings contacted us again. Today they visited our humble shelter, saying they're looking for a map of the nearby area. Their plan is to find a relatively safe place for a new camp that could accommodate their whole group and anybody else who would want to move in with them. A plan of the city would be very helpful in their situation, at least to help organize their scouting expeditions. Oh, I've got us a map then. Day 30. Woohoo! Okay, so we were happy to see them again. We quickly handed them our map and pointed out several locations that might be worth checking out. They left before it got dark to still get a few hours of scouting in daylight, but they said they would definitely be back again to share some news in a friendly chat. We hope they find a good place. Maybe we could visit them when the camp is ready. Mary Jane's diet could use a little food. Timmy is pretty fatigued. Dolores has not eaten for a while. Dolores is rested. There's nothing going on with Ted. Nothing new anyway. Okay, so they're all seeming like they're doing okay with not having a lot. But I don't know. I'm getting kind of worried about them. Now, why did I send him out with bullets? I don't know how those would come in handy at all. Okay, so Mary Jane's diet could use a little food. Getting something to drink for Mary Jane sounds like fun right now. I don't know. Okay, so we need... Sounds like the right idea. Okay, Timmy went out to the wasteland. We don't know what we'll do if he doesn't come back. Equipment, all he took was bullets. So I think we got bullets in the gun still. So Dolores has not eaten for a while. Water is all Dolores wants. Ted is really thirsty. Okay, so y'all are all telling me that y'all are good right now. That's what I'm hearing. Day 31. We'll feed them and give them something to drink at day 32. Fond memories are one thing, but we need to be ready for harsh reality that awaits us. Mary Jane's diet could use a little food. Mary Jane keeps fainting. We really need to find her something to drink fast. Mary Jane's diet could use a little food. Mary Jane keeps fainting. We really need to find her something to drink fast. Dolores would really love to eat something. Dolores will not survive without water any longer. Ted looks like he's got one foot in the grave. He needs to get a drink right now. Okay, so I need to give them all something to drink. And I don't know. I think they could probably last another day or two at least without food. So we'll go with that long without it. So I could, oh no, and of course Timmy took the one item this dude wants, and I don't have it. So what am I supposed to do? I'm not trained, I don't want to get poison. I don't need poison. I've got enough poison. But I don't really know if... Okay, despite his desperate attempts to sell us all kinds of things, useless and not, we turned down the man's offer. It's probably for the better. He did look quite untrustworthy. Mary Jane's diet could use a little food. Dolores would really love to eat something. Ted's stomach is rumbling. Time to ration supplies. Okay, so I don't really want to give them any food yet. I think I'll wait till day 34 in hopes that Timmy will be back by then. So we'll go ahead and wait. It says, we woke up to a dripping sound today and noticed that there's something leaking from the pipes. That green liquid looked innocent enough, even after it ate through the table and chair, and the floor. Patching up that pipe is probably a good idea. Well, it's probably the best we've got to patch it up with. Okay. Day 34, and yes, Timmy is back in time to have some food with everyone, or was that water? I think it was food, yes. Okay. When our scavenge trip was about to end with nothing, we remembered there was one place where we haven't looked yet. One place that is literally in our doorstep. Trash cans in our neighborhood. One of our pre-blast neighbors threw out a few unopened cans of soup. Ha, the joke's on him. If he's in this shelter right now, he's probably full of regrets. With a lawn like that, who wouldn't be? So he's got one soup can for that. And why do people throw out water? Who cares? Finders keepers. Plus one water. Mary Jane is quite hungry. Timmy is very hungry. Dolores has not eaten for a while, and Ted is stomach rumbling. Okay, so we need to go ahead and feed him food. Alright, and we should send out Dolores next week. She seems like she's in okay shape. We're pretty sure Mary Jane has her birthday 2 weeks ago, but it turns out it's today. Shall we get her something a young lady trapped in a tiny shelter would enjoy? How about cards? Yay! That's all I got. I'm sorry, my friend. Mary Jane loves cards. We thought she might get herself busy with solitaire, but she started doing card readings. Divination or not, if we don't figure out why the world has gone to hell, maybe she will. Mary Jane's diet could use a little food. Mary Jane is very thirsty and has to drink something. Timmy is very hungry. Dolores has not eaten for a while. Ted's stomach is rumbling. Okay, so we're just going to go ahead and see. How much time do we have left? Alright, we're going to go ahead and call it here, guys, because it seems that we've already reached that point that it's too long of a video. So, I hope you guys enjoyed it, and if you did, hit that like, share, and subscribe, and turn on the bell for the notifications, so that way you'll be notified anytime I upload a new video. And I will see you guys on the next video. Bye!